It was back in March. We first told you about an auto glass windshield replacement company soliciting business door to door without a license.
Well, after our initial story, we got calls from upset customers and a former employee saying the company wasn't playing by the rules.
Well, then we looked a little further into this situation and we discovered consumer warnings, 2 lawsuits, and arrests spanning several states. As WHAS 11's investigative reporter Adam Walzer discovered, you could be paying the price for their profits.
They meet inside a nondescript suite in Bluegrass Office Park, neatly dressed in business shirts and ties. But within the auto glass industry, salespeople like these have recently earned the nickname windshield bullies. Jeff LeDuc, who works for glass wholesaler PPG Auto Glass, says they showed up recently in his neighborhood.
I came out on the porch and told them to move on, that I didn't appreciate the way they did their business.
Right here.
Roy Parks was approached at his home after salesmen spotted a small pit in his windshield.
He said, you need a new windshield.
Did you need a new windshield?
No.
That day, the salespeople worked the whole neighborhood.
Never showed me an ID, never showed me who they worked for. They just asked if I had any damage.
They worked for a company called Coast to Coast Auto Glass. The company has been named in 2 federal lawsuits alleging it didn't pay employees proper wages. Both suits have since been settled. Coast to Coast also made news in Florida after sales rep Jenna Parslow was arrested for allegedly breaking windshields in a parking lot, then approaching the victims offering to have them replaced at no cost. Police say she was trying to increase her $45 per windshield commission. So why the aggressive tactics? Kentucky, like Florida and several other states, has a law that requires free glass repair with comprehensive insurance coverage. These claims add up. Each replacement runs from $150 to $1,500.
You're taking this free windshield, but in the end, everyone's paying for it. It's an insurance claim.
The Kentucky Attorney General has received complaints about Coast to Coast, as has the Better Business Bureau, which gives the company an F. A spokeswoman described one of the calls she took recently from a local resident.
They made me feel uncomfortable. They were very pushy about what they did.
And in South Carolina and Florida, police warned consumers and arrested salespeople who operated without a license.
They're not licensed companies within this community.
Jim Mims is Metro Louisville's Director of Inspections, Licenses, and Permits. He sent a letter to Coast after our first story, but never heard back from anyone.
They're transient, they move in and out of the community, and that's why it's hugely important for people to know who they're dealing with.
They want to try to get as many people as they can involved, do it quickly, get the job done, and move on to their next neighborhood so they can make that cash.
And unlike other auto glass repair shops in Louisville, Coast to Coast doesn't operate out of one place. So if you have a problem, there's nowhere to go.
They'll have out-of-state license plates, they'll have unmarked vehicles. That's a red flag right there. Don't deal with anyone who doesn't have a local address.
The company gives these lifetime warranty certificates to customers, but we've checked and the website and phone numbers no longer work.
The number you have reached is not in service. This is a recording.
We also found a fleet of abandoned Coast to Coast work vans in the Jefferson Mall parking lot. But the sales continue under a new name, DNS or DNS Auto Glass. New sales reps attend pep rally-style meetings each morning before pounding the pavement for a chance to replace your car windshield for free. To get more claims, DNS offers cash payments in some states. This ad is on YouTube. In Louisville, new salespeople are aggressively recruited using ads on Craigslist and other employment websites. Using a hidden camera, we found a crowded waiting room of eager job applicants at the business park and eventually talked to the manager about sales openings.
South guys are making $8,000 to $1,000 a week.
He said volume is the key.
We do business to business, we canvas as well, and we have events. Events meaning anywhere where there's a lot of cars, whether it's a gas station, a car wash.
There or in your neighborhood, where these solicitations are likely to continue as your insurance rates continue to climb with each new claim. Now, the same Arizona-based spokesperson who represented Coast to Coast also represents DNS Auto Glass. We emailed her a list of our questions related to the story last week, but we have not yet heard back from her. Adam Walzer, WHAS 11 News.